What up, everybody? It's Blessed Mindset, and we back with another video. Today, we got a biblical narrative based off of Cain and Abel, the two sons of Adam and Eve. We gonna see how this story goes. Most people heard this story before, but we gonna break this down philosophically and symbolically. So let's get into it.
In the first book of the Bible, there's a story about two brothers, Cain and Abel. They were the sons of Adam and Eve, the very first people. Cain, the older brother, was a farmer who grew crops, while Abel, the younger one, was a shepherd who took care of sheep. One day, both Cain and Abel decided to give gifts to God. Abel gave the best part of his sheep, and God was really happy with his gift. But Cain just gave some of his fruits, not the best ones, and God wasn't as pleased with his gift.
Now you can see the differences between what Cain gave and what Abel gave, right? Cain did not give his best fruits, but Abel gave his best lambs. So you can see the intentions are different. So you have to consider that every time that you're doing something. If you're working hard at something, you gotta give your best at it. Then the higher power will appreciate you.
Cain got really upset and jealous because God liked Abel's gift more. God saw that Cain was angry and tried to talk to him. God told Cain that if he did good things, he would be happy. But if he did bad things, then bad things would want to follow him. But Cain couldn't stop feeling jealous of Abel. One day, when they were out in a field, Cain's anger got out of control. He took a rock and threw it at Abel. It hit so hard that Abel died from the impact.
Now, you guys can see that Cain's bitterness and resentfulness made him throw that rock and murder his own brother. So if you look at this symbolically, you can see that we all possess these features of bitterness, resentfulness, and these emotions can drive you guys, even me too, to do horrible things. You seen what Cain did. You seen he couldn't even think. His spirit was possessed by bitterness and resentfulness to the highest degree to make him murder his own brother. We all get possessed with these emotions to the point where we're not even thinking rationally. And this is the problem with what Cain did.
When God asked Cain where Abel was, Cain said,
I don't know. Am I supposed to look after my brother all the time?
But God knew what had happened. God told Cain that because he had killed his brother, life would be really hard for him from now on.
Now you guys can see that Cain went off rip. Cain lied to God. God asked him, where's Abel at? And he's like, I don't know. Am I supposed to know where my brother is all the time? So, first and foremost, you're already trying to create a delusion and confusion in the world by lying. You guys know my favorite quote is Jordan B. Peterson. He said, if you lie, you're not living your life. You're living the life of the spirit of the lie. And that's what Cain tried to do. But really what happened is that God was just trying to see if Cain would lie. He just said, hey, where's your brother at? And Cain just straight up lied to his face. But God already knew what happened. So you cannot trick the highest power, because the highest power is already predicting your moves 10 steps ahead. And that's the biggest problem with Cain.
He wouldn't be able to grow crops anymore, and he would have to move away and live in a different place. Cain expressed his concern that his punishment was too great to bear, and that others might kill him for his deed. In response, God put a mark on Cain to protect him, so that no one who found him would harm him. Cain left and lived in a place called Nod, which was far away from his family. He had to leave because of the bad thing he did to his brother. The story of Cain and Abel teaches us a lot. It shows how being jealous and angry can lead to doing really hurtful things. It's a reminder that we should try to do our best and be happy for others, and not let bad feelings like jealousy take over. The story also shows that even when people do bad things, God still cares about them and wants to keep them safe. In the first...
Guys, you seen it right there, man. You know, the spirit of bitterness and resentfulness led Cain to do a horrible action. There's a spirit that possesses us when we're not thinking rationally. And that's why Jesus Christ is the Logos itself. The Logos in Greek means logical reasoning. So when you have Christ in your life, you think logically. The spirit of logic possesses you. The spirit of the Holy Spirit possesses you. Cain didn't have the Logos within him. That's why he was so bitter and resentful. He didn't appreciate what God said to him. And an innocent life was lost because of it. This is what we got to deal with every single day, guys. People like this that get so mad, so hurtful, that wants to seek revenge. That's why we need people to learn how to control their emotions and understand that like, even if you're not good enough, or you don't give your best works, or you miss the mark, it's okay. You don't have to get mad at people, bitter and resentful at people. I remember I used to rap every single day. And there's just cats in the city that's getting thousands of views. I'm only getting maybe a few people listening to me. I used to be bitter and resentful, like, dang, man, I wish they was like, I wish, girls will, talk to me about my music, and girls worship my music. And that's the wrong type of thinking, right? It was the wrong type of thinking because God didn't put that written in law that I was supposed to get praised as a rapper, nice as a rapper, girls coming up, hugging, kissing me, or playing my music. That wasn't my purpose. That was the other cats in Akron's purpose. Don Beano, Liss, all these other guys. That was their purpose. So I had to look myself in the mirror and be like, okay, even though that's not my purpose rapping, I got to take on a new skill. That's when I start hitting the gym, going hard, right? And now I'm starting YouTube. And I'm getting thousands of views on YouTube and social media now. So, the reason why I say that is simply because now I know it wasn't my purpose to do so. I was wrong for getting bitter and resentful against these other Akron rappers. It was their purpose to shine, not mine. So don't seek revenge to your brother. This is a symbolic representation of your brother. Don't hate on your brother because he's shining. You know, he got more clothes than you, or you know, he's a better rapper, get more girls than you. Stop hating. Don't spread hate. Love your brother. Or I promise you'll end up like Cain. And you'll see Cain, he had to move to a whole nother land. Because the way Cain thinks now is not the same as the culture he was brought up in. It's just like if you was in a rich neighborhood and you start robbing people, you go to jail, and now you get kicked out of your community. Now you got to live in a poor community. It's the same symbolic representation. So long story short, do not be like Cain. Learn from Cain. Understand Cain. We all have a little bit of Cain in us. Make sure that does not possess you. And I promise you'll be good. Until the next time, guys, I love y'all, man. Peace.